guys, and welcome to another WIP Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is my Indian ringneck. He's over there playing right now, but he may or may not make an appearance in the video. So, what did I get worked, or what did I get finished this week? So, I actually got the order of 60 preemie beanies mostly finished. About half of them, they all need, I got all of them done as far as crocheting goes. And then usually the way we do it is I crochet them and Benjamin weaves the ends in for me. And he has gotten all of the ends woven in on about half of them. I do have a tutorial on how I make those preemie beanies. If you guys are interested, I will leave a little card up here for you guys to check that out. It's a very beginner-friendly crochet pattern. It's just mostly double crochets, and then one row of single crochets. So I mean nothing major at all. Let's see. Over the weekend, I spent the weekend at my mom's house cleaning up Casey's bedroom, because it was a disaster. So my mom and I went in this weekend and cleaned her bedroom and rearranged it. We actually had gone to the thrift store, which is where I got my little lamp to sit over here. I'm always needing extra lighting for working with dark colored yarns, just because this room is not great with the lighting department. So while we were at the thrift store, I did find a few, I found 2 little gallon-sized bags with some scrap yarn in it that I did pick up. I only spent like $3.50. They did not have a lot to pick from yarn this particular weekend. So that's why I didn't do like a yarn haul video on it. It was just, I think, like 2 balls of ice yarn and another partial, and then a couple of other partials, and then one bag was purple and one bag was white. So I ended up using one of the purple colors I used the whole ball to make baby beanies in, which, if you guys are interested in the baby beanie thing, they're only preemie sized, and they are available for purchase in my Etsy shop as bulk orders for donations to like hospitals or whatnot. And I don't know, in the past I have made like 800 beanies in like 2-3 months, and then I had tendonitis. It was horrible. Like, my arms were so sore for days. But you can always find my Etsy shop in the description box below. And then let's see, something else that I did finish, 3 of them. I finished 3 of them this week. I got some orders for these necklaces called fairy dust necklaces that I have in my Etsy shop, and I've done a video on them on my channel before, but what they are is they're little tiny jars with very fine grain glitter in them, and then there's a charm attached to them. I have like 2 different kinds of butterflies. I've got mushroom charms, things like that people can pick from. I actually made 3 of those this week, so I got those shipped off already. And then, of course, today, which in my time it's Tuesday, so today, I actually spent a huge chunk of time this morning, putting together mystery boxes for the 2 giveaways that in my time will be announced in just a few hours. In your time, it will have already been announced. But I actually I'm letting go of about 17.5 pounds of yarn, so that's like a lot for me. While, rooting around, I found yarns that I didn't even remember that I had. Yeah, it was pretty fun digging around and finding yarns that I didn't even realize I had. Some of which went into the giveaway, some of them didn't. So that was really fun, and I hope that my winners, if they see this, they really enjoy their boxes. Like I said, I'm filming this before the announcement has been made, or before the winners have been announced. But if you guys see this later down the road, I hope you guys really enjoy them. In fact, I think I might make these types of giveaways like a yearly end of year thing, where I can do just like maybe one, like where I can, at the end of the year, purge some of the yarns that I'm not going to use or whatever, destash some of the yarns and make room for new stuff. That was kind of fun this year, getting rid of some new, or some old ones and bringing in the new. That was quite fun, actually. Anyways, so as far as what I will be working on for this upcoming week, as you can see, the brown blanket that was piled on this, my coffee table's over here. You guys can't see it, but usually this coffee table is piled, and I mean just piled, with half-finished projects, crochet hooks, you name it. It's piled here. For the most part, I've gotten all of these projects finished up over, the last couple of weeks or so. The biggest one I had on this table was this. Where's the bottom of it? Did it get all wonky? Nope, it's still there. Was the biggest one I had on this table was this one here. It's nothing super special. It's just a plain old double crochet blanket. Now, I was shooting for a twin-sized blanket. When I started this, I had a bunch of this homespun that I had picked up at my local thrift shop, and I got all of the yarn for like $2. It was a ton of it. Now, some of it had already been worked with, like it was, I had to frog it. It was like a knitting project, and I don't know how to knit. So I went ahead and I frogged it, and I stowed it away for a while. This colorway is called Barley, and I think I had like 12 or 15 of these. But I was shooting for something like 70 by 90 inches when I started this blanket, and it was just a case of, I have all of this brown yarn, I might as well go ahead and use it. I don't typically do blankets, but it was just a simple double crochet, something I can mindlessly crochet on while I, watch TV. However, then the Texas heat kicked in, and this thing was getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And I was just like, even with the AC on, I can't do this. I'm going to have to set it in timeout until the weather starts cooling down. Well, Texas just recently got its first cold front for the winter. Even though it's, already January, we're just now starting to get into cooler weather. Up until probably 2 or 3 days ago, we were still in the 60s and 70s. Which to me, I think for most people that's still pretty warm in the winter. Yeah, so we're just now turning our heaters on, and I figured it's a good time to get this blanket finished, get it off of my table. My dad in Missouri has already staked claim over it. I was going to send it to him. Once he had mentioned that he kind of liked it, I was going to send it to him. But he's like, yeah, I need another blanket. I don't know why he needs so many of my blankets. I don't make very many of them, but most of the ones that I have finished, he ends up getting because, I don't know, he wants them. But anyways, so this is not going to end up being quite the length that I wanted. At the moment, it's actually wider, because this was supposed to be the width right here, and it's actually wider than it is long. And I only have one ball, one skein of this left. So I don't know. I haven't really decided if I'm going to go ahead and look into getting more. I know that many months ago, someone had messaged me saying that they had a couple of these in their stash. I can't remember who it was. I would have to go back and look through my emails and see. So I may contact that person. Or if you're watching, go ahead and shoot me another email. Now that I'm down to the last ball, because I'm not sure how far this is going to get me. He did ask that it at least be like the length of his body. So it may not be a full 90 inches in length. Even if it was just 70 by 70, I think that would be plenty big enough for him. Because when I say a twin, I mean like I tend to make like twin comforter type measurements. Like my twins, the last twin blanket I made was a 70 by 90, and it took so much yarn, and it wasn't cheap yarn, or at least not the ones that I had to buy on the internet. Of course, most of the yarn I was able to get through the Hobby Lobby clearance sale, and it was a beautiful yarn. But it wasn't quite enough to finish the blanket, so I had to go scouring the internet. And that was my static blanket, which maybe if I can find some pictures of that blanket, I will stick them up here. But it was a lot of yarn, a lot of expensive yarn. I think each ball was something like $12.99, $11.99, something like that. But I happened to get a bunch of them on clearance at the Hobby Lobby sale. And when I didn't quite have enough, I had to go to eBay and this and that and the other, trying to find them. That always seems to happen with blankets that I'm making. Like, on the rare occasion that I do choose to make a blanket, I never have enough yarn. Meanwhile, I make a lot of cardigans, and I always, every time, overbuy. Or I pick a discontinued yarn, and then I don't have enough. If you're not familiar with homespun, I think most everybody is, but for those of you that might not be, this is a medium weight 4, I think. I'm not sure. It's 98% acrylic and 2% polyester. This colorway is called Barley. I think I already said that. I think this particular colorway is discontinued. The recommended hook size is a 6.5 millimeter. Now I'm working with a 7 millimeter hook, which I had heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I had heard that 7 millimeter hooks can be a little difficult to find. I'm not sure. I got this one from Knit Picks. But these have, 185 yards in them. Each skein does. Machine washable, dryable, made in the U.S. There was something I was looking for, and now I can't recall what it was. Anyways, I don't typically work with homespun. I only have one other homespun, and it's like in cake form, and it's like homespun stripes or something. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to see what weight this is classified as. and I don't see it on here. I don't know if this is like an older label or what, but I want to say it's a 4 or a 5. It's got that boucle thing going on. I think that's what they call that. Anyway, so that's what I'm using to finish up this blanket, and I will most definitely have it finished by next Wednesday. I'm sure of that. Also, something I was supposed to have finished to show you guys this week, and I didn't get around to it, was this little bunny here. He is probably going to be my 2025 Earth Day bunny. I started that guy some time ago, and all the pieces are there. I just haven't finished sewing him together. Actually, I haven't even started sewing him together. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I am going to go ahead and let you go, as I have to go live here in a few minutes. So I need to run downstairs and go grab myself something to drink. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!